Welcome back to the channel, and today a quick report about my knife shopping experience in Denmark, in Copenhagen. So there's a few things which I bought there. I'll go one by one, very quick, and then I'll follow up with a little bit more detailed review on some of this stuff. So first of all, Denmark Copenhagen, they have a history of making knives and cutlery and tool in specific places. I'll get to that. At the moment, they don't produce their own steel. They, of course, if they make knives, they rely on whatever imported steel. There's, of course, very good Swedish steel just across the across the bridge from Copenhagen. But let's go one by one. First question I usually ask when I get to places like this, I go to the store and so on, I ask, is there a local knife which is made in this country, in this region, or whatever it is? And I got a few once. So first thing, they told me, okay, this is a knife brand which is designed and made in Denmark, but it's like a modern knife brand, not traditional, but at least they said it's made in Denmark. But I don't know. Take a look. So first of all, they said the history is that the person who designed those knives, who started making them, was previously like a firefighter or something like a rescue person, and he was not happy with what was issued as a knife to the workers of that very dangerous and like demanding position. They had to buy good knives themselves, good tools themselves. So he decided to design a simple, inexpensive, quick knives, whatever it is, for simple rescue tasks like cut the seat belt, cut the clothes, whatever might be restraining a person from being rescued and so on. So they had a few knives of this brand. It's called HSR, and I don't know what it stands for. I don't know. And I don't remember the name of the person who started making those knives. So those knives, they look kind of like as a cheap gas station Chinese-made knives. They are very inexpensive, that is true. They are, I don't remember how much this one was, but it's not expensive, like 300 Danish crowns, something like this. This one at least was looking okay, and as you can see, it's a very simple frame roll construction. There's HSR mark here, HSR Scorpion mark here, which is Scorpion, probably the name of the knife. Very simple shipfoots blade with a hollow grind. The steel here in the store, they told me it's 420 C steel, whatever. So I decided I will get one. There's no markings of the knife being made in Denmark, but anyway, I got it. Will be on the shelf. I will not use it. It doesn't make sense to use it. And again, also you can see, for the purpose of this knife to be not in the pocket, but maybe somewhere in the pocket of the bag or on the belt, on the vest, it has a tip down carry clip. Again, pretty useless in my opinion, but yeah, if you have this small knife, it will do the job. You'll probably will be able to open it with one hand, and then with this blade just pull something and cut it and so on. It will do a simple job as a knife. So okay, let's put this aside. The next knife, which in the store, in another store actually, they recommended me buying, is this brand. It is called Williamson Copenhagen. That's what's written on the blade on this side. And the deal with this knife is that the designer, Williamson, he is in Copenhagen or in that area, but the knives are made in China. So, of course, there's a line of folders, there's a line of fixed blade knives from this brand. It's not that kind of rare of the brand. It's for some of those knives are for sale in US, even for Blade HQ. But I was there, I decided to buy one. Especially this one was on sale, and I think it was 400 something Danish crowns, which would be maybe a little bit less than $50 or something like that. So not too bad for modern, relatively big and beefy knife. As you can see, it says Sandvik for 14C steel on the blade. It's not, again, not that bad of a steel. Chibs here is the name of this knife model specifically, and it comes with this nice box with the extra clip if you need it, some sort of mini patch, the bag, the box, Sandvik steel blade chips, and then Williamson Copenhagen. Okay, this is another souvenir, but that's a user knife, definitely user knife. If I would go outdoor one day, maybe I'll I'll take it. I mean, I do go outdoor quite often, but maybe I'll take it as a pocket knife on one of the specific trips. All right, let's put this aside. Another knife, which is designed in Denmark, made in Denmark, but it has a story. It's a scout knife. And what is meant by that? That it's a knife for the kids, for younger adults. And it is not expensive, and as you can see, it's a very simple knife. So they had this knife in this type of handle, just hopefully it's a stabilized wood, two full brass pins and one hollow one for the lanyard, of course. As you can see, it's a very simple grind. The execution quality is not good. It's not chamfered. Maybe it's good for the fire steel and so on. And from a markings point of view, it says Van Gedal, Denmark. And again, as you can see, it's a very simple knife. I don't know why they left such a big ricasso area here. The blade could be potentially a little bit longer up to here. They had this knife in a few options, with a handle like this, and with a handle which would be more like a buck 19 with rear metal pommel. That was another option for the same kind of knife with the same price range. And those knives, of course, as a scout knives for the outdoors, they come with this leather sheath, also very simple one, very basic one. This one has an extra tool for knots. That's not a screwdriver, it's a tool for knots. Maybe you can use it for something else with this hole, I don't know. Again, comes with the knife, good. And as you can see, the way this leather sheet is made, it's untreated, well, it's treated, but it's non-colored leather for this sheath. And the reason for that also has a story, is that all of those scouts, they're supposed to dye this leather with their specific team or team color or something like that. So that's why it's not colored like brown or black or whatever it is. And the sheath itself is also comes with this metal wire, which is supposed to be like easy to remove. Then you would dye the sheath with the color, and then you would stitch it yourself through those holes, like re-stitch it yourself the way you want it. So that's the story of that inexpensive scout knife, the way it is sold. And actually, a few stores where I went to, they had those knives here and there. And of course, the person who would sell me this knife, yeah, it is absolutely cheap knife for kids. They keep buying them, they keep losing them. There's nothing to worry about. You can always buy the new one, be not expensive knife. And as you can see, this one is 389 Danish crowns. That would be even cheaper than a relatively good folder. So that's the story of this knife. Again, it will go onto the shelf, just into the collection, because it's knife representing that specific, I don't know, story from that region. And by the way, they said the design of this knife comes from like about 100 years ago, and of course I can believe it, because there's nothing special about it, like 3 rivets over the metal. We've seen it for hundreds and hundreds of years of design in general, and so on. And by the way, also, if you look at the handle, you think, oh, it's a good handle. No, it feels small, even for my medium size, maybe like a little bit larger size hands, this area of the handle is just like small. So it's definitely for smaller teenager or kids type of hands. Okay, and then finally, this fine cutlery is, believe it or not, it's made in Denmark. And you may think it's from the same brand, but in fact it's not. It's two different brands of those table knives, or maybe it's like a spreading knife for butter and so on. So let's take a look one by one. Nice wood, and then very simple stainless steel, feels light and flimsy. Of course, it's not heat treated well. So this one says, and you will not be able to read it through the video, but I'll read it for you. So first of all, on the circular thing, there's something inside. I just can't even read it. It's probably like a trademark. On the circle, it says Dansk Knivefabrik, knife, Danish knife fabric, and then it says in English Denmark on the bottom, and then under that it says Lundtoffe stainless. So stainless is of course the stainless steel. On some similar knife like this, I've seen a little different markings. They say stainless Sheffield. So maybe it's old school stainless steel coming from Sheffield, England. Yep, I think I'm remembering this the right way. So this and the Lundtoffe, yeah, Lundtoffe is the town or whatever region in Denmark where it is produced. It was produced. Most likely this brand doesn't, I don't know if it's either not manufacturing knife and cutlery anymore, or maybe they still do something, I don't know, over there or in China and so on. So anyway, I just bought it as a souvenir on the like a market in the streets where the people sell used stuff, the vintage stuff, for super cheap. Just they had plenty of those, and I decided just to buy one this and one this one. This one has no markings. Again, on one side there's no markings, a little bit of a markings here, and again it's very difficult to read. There's a circular symbol with the arrow pointing out like this way, kind of like a male or vulva, I don't know, and then the crown is inside it, so crown probably means something. And then below that circular thing, there's it says Radnag or something like that. Radnag. I'll put it in the description what it is. Again, it's a town or region in Denmark which is kind of like has a history of producing cutlery, knives, some other kitchen tools under this brand, which is the same as the town in there. So it used to be famous, at least in Denmark. You can find some stuff from that brand online as like used quality stuff. Maybe it has a value, some value for collectors of the old stuff. But anyway, I bought those two knives from the same guy for I think like 100 Danish crowns, which would be what, few dollars per knife. I bought them into my collection. Again, I'll put them on a shelf. It's just a souvenir. So here's a quick report for you for my knife shopping in Denmark. Of course, there's more. There's a maker of good hunting knives, which I couldn't find in Copenhagen in the store. Maybe one day I'll get there and get something else. But so far, this is what I got. And let me know if you have any questions. I will post a few videos of my kind of street experience from Copenhagen, buying knives and visiting those stores. I found a very nice kitchen knife place with a very expensive Japanese knives. I'll have a video about it. They had also one kitchen knife, I think, and few like hunting knife blanks made in Copenhagen, but that's made in small workshops by the local people, and again, not the most representative from a historical point of view. It's something I wouldn't buy, wouldn't just spend a lot of money for that those type of things. But this is for collection. I didn't spend too much money, but I got a little bit of history, especially with those two knives from those specific towns where they were produced historically in Denmark. So that's the one for you. Okay, thank you for watching. Hope it was a little bit interesting, and I will follow up on a lot of other topics and promises on my channel. Have a good knife.